there's enough material out there. I just say one thing, it was promised in 2008 by Pakatan Raya. A person who does not honor their promises is a liar. It's as simple as that, unless there's some legitimate reason. Okay, the public was sold this government on the promise that they will give you the right to determine who represents you. Now, it's strange, we get politicians now talking about May 13th, talking about we should not have elections for local government. These very politicians hold their legitimacy through an electoral process. Would it be correct to say now that the state assembly should be picked, appointed? Why even bother about state elections or federal elections? The same reasoning applies. If you have the right to force someone to pay money, and the word is force, because city council can force you to pay money, you are entitled to pick that person to represent your interests, so that person makes a decision because that decision affects you. There's no dispute on this. Only a fool would argue otherwise. A person who is anti-democratic will argue otherwise. Of course, the Deputy Prime Minister, Tan Sri Muhyiddin, raised one point, which in my opinion may be relevant to this equation, that of funding. He was of the opinion that the federal government gives a lot of money to the local government, and therefore it should have a say, and that holding an election process may need a higher cost to the local residents. That matter should be looked in. It may not be suitable to have local government elections for all councils. There is some legitimacy in the argument that some are sometimes totally dependent or take a large chunk of federal money, and the federal government wants to protect their interests by saying, if I open elections, then what about the money I'm giving you? The money should come from the people. But be that as it may, the single principle is no taxation without representation, and I think that's very, very clear from what is coming from. Now, I agree with most of what the experts said, but I don't agree councillors are powerless. In fact, learned council, or councils who know the Local Government Act, are extremely powerful. The Act itself makes it very clear that the council consists of not less than 8, not more than 24, and the mayor or deputy mayor or YDP. In other words, no decision can be made without the councillors, together with the mayor, deciding the issue. The Local Government Act also says that the decision is by majority. In other words, I am free to disagree with the Dato' Bandar and in fact take a vote on this matter. And in fact, this is what happened in Petaling Jaya City Council when the issue of gambling, the legalizing of online gambling, was an issue before the council. You will remember a corporate entity was given a license to carry offline betting, football betting, and the council was greatly concerned. The Petaling Jaya Council in that particular case asked for a vote to be called on the matter. And the reason for that was the mayor himself said, because the license was conditionally issued by the federal government, he as a federal civil servant could not take a stand inconsistent with the federal government. So he reclused himself, and a vote was made by the PG City Council, and it was a unanimous vote rejecting the right to open gambling outlets in Petaling Jaya for football betting, because we felt that that was a social ill. So there have been many cases where decisions have been made by council by a simple show of majority. The problem is, most councillors do not know that. Number one, the councillors who don't know, who even know that, are not supported by the state government. And this is the problem. A situation arose in Kajang, where the Kajang councillors objected against what they perceived was a discount given to a particular developer which was not authorized under the Act. That was their perception. And they took a stand on the matter. And there was a standoff between the Kajang councillor and the YDP. And the majority of the Kajang councillors voted against that. And in that situation, instead of the state government backing them up, they backed up the YDP and told off the councillors. And it's a matter of record. Now, there's no reason why they can tell off the councillors if the councillors did something wrong. But at the very least, they should have arbitrated on the issue, heard them, and respected the decision of the council. I give you one closer to home now, to all of you.